they needed it.
What a nice settling influence this pairing is. Wow. Mark that one down, folks. Tell you what, they have stepped it up a gear. There he is. Oh, how did the 9 stay on the table? Johan thought it was in, so did Niels.
These boys are so evenly matched, it's scary.
And he's missed it. The Mosconi Cup, and the pressure that goes with it comes to the fore.
It's a scratch, and that brings America to the table with ball in hand.
A huge point for Team USA. Massive.
On paper, Appleton's got to be a pretty big favorite right here. He knows he's got to win this.
Appleton in control. Appleton is the man. The crowd will let you know what happened here. It's a 5-2 win to Darren Appleton over Brandon Schaub. Day 1 concludes a 1-point advantage to the Americans.
And here is confirmation of the results from last night. So as you can see, the Americans got off to an absolute flyer, winning the team game and the first game of doubles. And Niels Fein got the first point on the board for the Europeans. Back came the Americans. And as we've just seen, Darren Appleton got the last point of the night, making it Europe 2. They're the defending champions as well, remember. The Americans 3. Long way to go, race to 11. I'm joined by my old buddy, Jim White. Jim, how important, firstly, was that point last night at the end of the evening?
Well, it certainly would have meant a big hole for Team Europe if Darren wouldn't have won that last match. But rest assured, the Americans going to bed last night with a 3-2 advantage, they're delighted.
I don't know if you guys have seen the Mosconi Cup before, and if you've seen it from here as well. There's lots of noise about in here, isn't there? Lots of noise. Let's talk about this first. This was the moment last night where gamesmanship came into it. Johnny Archer calling out to Michaela that he thought he saw something that quite clearly he didn't.
Well, a very timely move by the most experienced player, Johnny Archer, and you don't score all your points on the table, Andy.
Do you think he would have done that knowing A, the reaction he would have got from the people in here, and B, the reaction because he was doing it to Nick Economopoulos, who's a rookie in this year's event as well?
And it worked, because Nick, we know what happened the next shot, but Archer understands too, if there is a foul, and Michaela's human. I mean, I've never seen her make a mistake, but we know she's human. and if it got to a point where she might have missed a key foul at a very key moment, Archer was quick to remind her.
But she didn't. I just want to point that out.
Not
she was
even
bang
close.
on, as she always is. I just want to talk about the crowd in here because it's a wonderful night every single night whenever the Mosconi comes back here to Bethnal Green. Last night they were quite subdued for most of it because for times there wasn't much to cheer about. How much can they affect the Europeans tonight?
There's only one crowd that comes to your call for the Mosconi Cup, and they all know what this event means. And I promise you one thing, Team Europe have the 6th man, apart from their players, that 6th man out there, and they know how big this crowd can be.
As a Canadian, are you European or American?
I'm sitting in the middle of the Atlantic somewhere.
I bet you are, yeah. Let's have a quick reminder of tonight's order of play, and Jim can tell us exactly where it's going to be won and lost, if at all it is going to be tonight. There's 2 games of singles there. I talked about that at the top of the show. Economopoulos, not played before in the Mosconi Cup, against one of the most experienced members of the Americans. How's that one going to go, Jim?
You know something? The Americans owned the double matches yesterday, and it was Europe for the singles matches. You could see a complete reversal today.
And Chris Melling against Dennis Hatch. I'm guessing there's going to be somewhat a quite emotional affair there if Dennis is playing.
I'm not sure which one of the two will be the most emotional, but you can flip a coin on that one.
Now, Jim has flown over from Canada to be here, which means during the day when most people like myself are doing the school run, Jim's just sat in a bar talking. Today he caught up with the Americans, and this is what we found out.
Hey guys, nice to see you here. Do you mind if I sit down enjoying it?
No, sure, enjoy.
Excellent. Well, Brandon, your first time to London, the East End of London, how are you enjoying it so far?
Man, I'm loving it, dude. It can't be any better, man. And going into a 3-2 lead after day 1 feels even better. Day 1's over, I feel like I'm no longer a rookie.
Got to ask you about the match last night. 4-1 you trailed Vandenberg and Melling at one point, came back and won the match 5-4. A huge point.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking the whole time, once we won the first rack, and then we lost one, and then we lost another, and then we lost another, and I started thinking, I've seen so many matches seesaw that it ain't ever over. You know what I'm saying? And I started thinking that, and I started feeling the energy, and then bam, one run out after another, started the confidence just built, and with him on my team, we had a big chance.
And it goes the way of Team USA. Johnny came up to you before the break. He said, just give us a chance. Just give us a chance. And you said, I'm ready for this.
Just give us a chance. That's all we can have right here.
I've practiced living in the moment my whole life. I think we're all right.
You're doing just fine.
I'll tell you what, living in the moment, man, it's an unbelievable feeling, man. I can't wait. I'm just really happy that day one is over, and I've got a feeling that it's going to get a lot stronger.
Brandon's just, he's definitely one of the new up-and-comers. He's qualified on the team, so he's in our top 5 by far. And, by him being that young, motivational, energetic, me being, a little bit older in the age as everybody else is, a little longer in the tooth. So I needed that little push, and I needed, somebody that I can say, you know what, I got a little bit to offer to you. Can you accept it? And he's, yes, let's go, and it pumps me up too. So
What a shot from the Hall of Famer.
The chemistry is right, the team is playing right, the energy's right, with Hatch is our fire right now, and he's firing everybody up every single day. It's looking like it's going to get nothing but stronger.
A huge point for Team USA, massive. It's not a one-day event. You're 3-2 ahead to this point.
Yep.
There's 3 more days of gut-wrenching action left, and you guys know it. Good luck. Good luck, guys.
Thank you very much.
They must have closed the bar off as well. You don't get bars like that empty in this part of town. They obviously look relaxed. They weren't favourites coming into the Mosconi Cup, which is very rare, because when these two teams meet, predominantly it's the Americans that walk away with the trophy. That hasn't happened in recent years. Do you think that's going to benefit them, the fact that the Europeans are favourite?
Well, I think coming in as an underdog this year, and knowing the Americans historically have owned the Mosconi Cup here at York Hall, but this has really been a chance for the rookies to settle in. So much weighs in on the performance of the rookies on both sides. Now Brandon and Nick, they've had a chance now to settle in. They've got a feel for the flavor of the Mosconi Cup. I expect them to be a lot better now.
Okay, finally 5 points on offer tonight. How are we going to finish up, Jim?
Well, Europe can't afford to lose 3-2 again tonight. 6-4 would be a major setback for them. I look for them to bounce back, and I think we may go into day 3 5 apiece.
Oh, wouldn't that be good? Right, time for the first match of day number 2. Time to meet the players, as always, introduced by our MC, Mr. John McDonald. But first up, let's meet the Americans.
It's time to meet the players. It's doubles action, and representing Team USA, it's the Scorpion, Johnny Archer, and the Fireball,
remarkable atmosphere in here. If you're wondering at home just what it's like, pull your chair up within about a foot of the telly and turn it up to 11. Incredible. Right, the first of 5 points on offer tonight. Let's join our boys in the box, Jerry Forsyth, and first up, Jim White.
Yes, the atmosphere second to none here at York Hall. And what a tall order Archer and Dechaine face here, because they're actually facing players that represented England in the World Cup in the form of Chris Melling and Darren Appleton, and very good friends off the table, those two as well.
So we know they've got good chemistry together, and that is, of course, an advantage to them. But on the American side, you've got the veteran of 16 Mosconi Cups, Johnny Archer. He knows how to set the pace on a team.
No, you're right. The experience, you just can't say enough. Archer's going to be bringing it all to the table here.
Would love to have been a fly on the wall in the players' meeting today to hear what the coaches had to say to these players.
You know something? I think Johan would have probably liked to see his team just stick together a little bit more, be behind each other. I think they lost their way a little bit, as we've already noted. They lost every doubles match yesterday, and historically, it's the singles that USA win. That wasn't the case in day one.
In fact, if you go back over the history of the now 19 years of this event, usually after day one, Europe went to bed with a lead.
Looks good on the traveling team being in front one here, and America knows it. Can they continue on? Rack number one, day two. The race to 5 starts now.
That one ball automatically into the side pocket. Now it's all about where that 2 ball lands.
Just perfect. 3 over the corner, 4 near it. A dream start here for Mike Dechaine and Johnny.
Watch the way this table sets up. There's just not a problem out there.
And with the alternating break format that's employed in the Mosconi Cup, you build up a tidy little lead, and it's very difficult to overhaul.
Indeed it is. Dechaine now just connecting the dots.
Just across the table. And Archer's also very much a settling influence, Jerry. We've talked about that many times. He's verbal, he takes command.
One of the things I was just sitting here wondering was, since the temperature in York Hall is a little bit cooler than normal in a tournament, I'm wondering if the rails are playing any different from what these guys are used to. I know they're playing different from the way they play in the practice room.
Always. Match table always plays different. The TV lighting, it's always warmer. For years they've tried to duplicate the conditions from the practice table to the match table. No one's done it yet. He's left Johnny a difficult shot here, long and straight on the 6. He'd like to have gotten him a bit closer to this one, Jerry.
And with a bit more angle. But Archer's dependable on those long cuts.
Yeah, that was a very confident shot from Archer. And that'll resettle Mike's emotions at the table.
Mike probably a bit disappointed with his performance overall yesterday. His position play was not up to his caliber, but today he's looking good.
And again, the crowd just letting you know that it's not as easy as it could have been. Cue ball near the cushion, no danger for the Scorpion. Mike Dechaine and Johnny Archer take the opening rack. They lead 1-0. It'll be Europe. As some of the players that you'll be seeing, and Captain Johan, they'll be coming out later on. But Chris and Darren, they'll be coming to the table to break in rack 2.
You know, you had an interesting stat that you shared with me earlier that shows how strange tournament pool could be. You were talking about the racks won yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. Even though Team USA went to bed with a 3-2 advantage in matches, Europe had the lead in racks 1. It was 21-17, the overall lead.
That shows how funny statistics can be. I like what the baseball commentator said about statistics. He says statistics are like a pretty girl in a bikini. They show you a lot, but none of the really interesting bits.
Dynamite Darren Appleton, world number 1. Played solid in the last match of day 1. And beating Brandon Schuff. He's going to have to bring Similar form to the table here in partnering Chris.
Watch for the 1 in the 7. And now where does the 2 ball land? He made a mistake there because the cue ball should not be behind the rack.
The 2's coming to sit pretty though, Jerry. It's giving Chris a chance. A long, difficult 2 into the top corner pocket. I'll tell you what, thankfully that 8 got in the way of the cue ball. That was tracking towards the corner.
That was headed straight into the pocket. But now, this is a nice layout. They would take this every time.
What a shot that was. And just like that, they've answered Team USA. Great shot from Melling. Never looked out.
3 ball automatic. He's only considering his position play now.
Yeah, and it's tough to tell the angle he's got here, Jerry, whether he can force that cue ball around the back of the 9 and up for the 4, or is he going to try and draw it out?
Well played.
Yeah, good shot. Good shot from Darren. And he's got the angle on the 4. Chris can get anywhere on the table he needs to here.
I play it in the side, but if I play past it, you've got it in the top.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta like the way these fellas communicate with one another.
Nicely played. Very nicely played.
Oh, this is on.
How's that for judging the speed of the table?
Beautiful job. Well, if this continues, that lag is going to prove very important.
So important to hold serve, Jerry. We talk about it in the alternating break format.
Yeah, if you lose your serve, you have really hurt yourself.
This has been a perfect reply from Europe. A break and run out. And they just gave you an instant replay of what Team USA did. 1-1. The crowd will let you know just exactly who's winning the racks here at your call.
Well, we were noticing when the players were being introduced, all 4 of them came down with big smiles on their faces, happy, eager to be here. Good sign.
Yeah, they all look relaxed, Jerry. And as the days motor on, the players will start to settle in. The atmosphere won't become quite as foreign. It won't be as difficult to try and embrace anymore, because it really is about the pressure out there. When you're representing your country, it's not like going to a tournament, whether you're gambling or what you're doing. Captain Johan Roshink looking on right now. He's never lost as the non-playing captain of Team Europe.
You know, I had an interesting conversation last night with Brandon Schuff. He said, when the crowd boos me, it doesn't bother me at all. When they cheer against me, it doesn't bother me, because I talk to them individually between matches, and they all like us. They think we're all friendly, and they want to see us do well. So it doesn't bother him when they cheer against him.
Words, Jerry, words. The cauldron that is the Mosconi Cup. Believe me, experience is everything here. And that man is playing in his 16th Mosconi Cup. 44 years of age now, Johnny Archer. Into the Hall of Fame. And he'd love to be a part of a few more Mosconi Cup team wins for Team USA.
I've been watching him play since he was a teenager, and he has always amazed me. Oh, that 1 ball did not fall. Oh, what an opportunity for Europe now, although this is a crowded table.
Another look. I don't know what kept that 1 on the table. Probably the European hopes. But either way, it's given a chance here now to Europe. As you said, Jerry, this is not an easy layout.
No, they've got quite a few problems to solve here. Getting from the 6 to the 7 is going to be fun.
Good shot from Appleton there. Had to bring the cue ball between the 8 and the 4. Now, I don't know whether the 3 passes the 5 into the corner. It looks like it does.
I believe it does. He doesn't quite have a whole pocket, though.
No, it does. The way he's played that, it passes. 4's in the middle of the table. Wide open pocket for the 3. And just off the top cushion and back down for the 4. 5 and 6 being at the same end of the table helps their cause.
It does. My only question, again, is from the 6 to the 7. Can they keep that 8 ball out of their life?
Darren's just showing them just off the side cushion and let the natural angle float the cue ball back towards the middle.
And off, please.
Someone's moving in the audience in Chris's line.
I think it might have been a flash of a camera as well. He's so smooth, he cues so well, Chris Melling.
Those snooker players do have gorgeous strokes. They're just so pure. Well, this is the shot I've been waiting for.
Do you like the twice across with the
If he comes out to center table and doesn't take any chances, he should be fine.
Had to make sure he cleared that 8. He's left there in plenty of angle across the table twice.
Go across the tables, avoid the side pocket, and you're in heaven. That's one way to avoid the side pocket. Play the 8 ball on the other end of the table.
Played below the 8, Jerry. Took the side pockets out of the equation. You got to like his thinking. And a long 8 for Chris. And the dry break from Team USA. Pounced on by Europe.
That dry break could be the difference in this match right now. Appleton and Melling have jumped out to a lead, and it's their break. A bit of a dark moment for America.
Great to have you back. Your call, the East End of London, and there's what it looks like for day 2. Your order of play, we're currently in the first match, and 2-1 in favor of Europe. It's a race to 5, and it's doubles and singles play, the order of day 2. It's so important for Team Europe. They swiped the break of Team USA in the last rack. If they can hold serve here, they'll go 3-1 in front. And the overall score after day 1, 3 matches to 2. 3 points to 2, in fact, favoring Team USA. Legal break, got the 1 on the side, needs the 2 to sit pretty. It follows the 1, 8 into the bottom corner.
And the 3 ball does not have an easy pocket available.
Doesn't have any pocket available.
Not unless you like the cross corner bank.
Yeah, you'd love to have seen that 2 stay on the table, especially where the 3 is finished. And it's going to be just defense here now for Darren. No choices.
Does not want to glide straight on. Wants to get behind those balls, but he's not going to get there.
You know, you watch that cue ball tracking down the middle of the table. We've got mechanics here, table mechanics, looking after this beautiful diamond table.
Spinning that 2 rails into here?
Yeah, cue ball.
Okay. And then try to get here with the cue ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or behind the center.
Huh?
You see it too?
I'm just talking about the table, Jerry, and how level it is. This floor, underneath this floor, was a swimming pool.
Right.
So it's a floating floor.
I'm leaving it.
It wiggles a little when you walk on it, but you're right. These fitters do a great job keeping this table level.
20 seconds.
Okay. Oh, I'm shooting.
Now Johnny's trying to get behind those same balls. Did he leave an alley? I do not think so.
Well, the Americans in attendance seemed to like it. That was the applause you heard.
9 off 2 rails.
It's close.
I don't think you can clip it, can you? Yeah, can clip it.
You sure?
Put the 3 there.
Not you can.
Can definitely. Can definitely hit it.
You can clip it?
Yeah.
Chris says he can hit it.
He's just trying to lay it on the top cushion. If he can hit it, just got to miss the double kiss here, Jerry, if he plays that shot.
Well, I'm right behind him, and it almost looks like he's aiming for a kick. Nope. Oh, he did not want that.
He caught it too thick. He caught it too thick, and he's given the chance to Team USA.
Critical now that Team USA get through this rack to reclaim that serve they lost in the last rack.
Obviously, Chris convinced Darren that he could see enough to hit it. In fact, hit too much of it. This is the big shot in this rack right here.
Right down the rail. Straight as an arrow. Unfortunately, the position is also straight as an arrow. But he can draw back. There we go.
Straight again, though, Jerry.
Yeah, you never want to be straight. You always need an angle to work your position play with.
Yeah, the reason being, when you've got angle, you can get to almost anywhere in the table. When you're straight, your positional availabilities are limited.
He may have enough angle to run through 2 rails. That's what he's queuing for. There we go.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
And he's got Dechaine grinning from ear to ear on that result. Well, indeed, it looks like America will tie this thing back up. And remember, It's going to be Team USA's break.
Well, they've swiped the break back. Just what they wanted to do. The lax safety shot from Chris Melling. And Team USA capitalizes. There's Melanie Archer in the middle of your picture. She was sat right beside C.J. Wiley, the non-playing captain. But the crowd's starting to get into it here. It's already our first match. Didn't take long, and it'll only heat up.
And Dennis Hatch helped to incite that a bit by walking through the room with the American flag waving.
The autographed American flag.
Guys using this? Can I keep that?
Everybody's signature on the Stars and Stripes. And Mike not happy with the rack. He just wants Nigel Reese to have another look at it.
It's frozen.
Okay, rack 5, USA to break, 2-2.
One ball deposited in the side this time. But the 2 ball, that's not an easy shot.
Yeah, and doesn't really avail easy position, even if it does go into the corner pocket. I think Archer will just be looking to duck here. You know, you think back, so close the Mosconi Cup is nowadays, Jerry. It's tough to pick a winner, and it's been like that for a number of years, even though Europe has really, they've come to the fore, winning 4 of the last 5 years. But you remember back in 2001 where there wasn't even a final day.
Oh, I sure do.
12-1 Team USA doused Team Europe that year. You'll never see a score like that again. They're far too evenly matched.
Yeah, the European players have really come to the fore in World Pool.
Just can flick the edge of the 2. Don't know whether he can see enough to be able to bank this past the 8. No, in fact, just the safety. And I'm not sure he's got that.
I don't think so. I think he's left a fully open shot here. And indeed he has.
Yeah, weak effort from Darren there. One look at his face. You know just exactly how Darren Appleton feels about his effort. Got a chance at the 4, another look, just off the 6, and again, as close as possible to going into that side pocket, and yet staying on the table, giving Archer a chance. Around the back of the 8 and 9.
Well, that will right the ship.
Great shot from Archer. Just slightly off angle, but the distance the cue ball had to travel.
Take our time on this.
2 rounds.
Can't complain about that.
I don't like spinning into here. If you're going to do it, just go flat up the rail. You know what I mean? A little bit of force.
I like spinning.
You go stitches.
I like spinning.
Okay. Huh?
I like spinning it.
Coming this side?
Yeah.
I don't like that. The only reason is okay, do what you, yeah, that's fine. Shot, baby.
Well, Archer wasn't sure. He didn't like the shot originally.
But he has the seasoning to say, go with what you're comfortable with.
He got out of the way, Jerry.
He sure did.
That was the key issue.
Ooh, boy. Oh, what a shot from Johnny Archer. How can you control a cue ball like that?
C.J. Wiley loved it.
Yeah, he did.
Shot, babe.
C.J. Wiley, non-playing captain, won the Mosconi Cup as a player way back in 1996.
And Archer deposits that 9 ball to put Team USA back out into lead 3-2 with a break to put them on the hill.
Day 2, it's a 3-2 lead here in match 1. In this match, and a 3-2 lead overall, both to Team USA. Archer and Dechaine looking very strong. And Darren Appleton and Chris Melling have to hit another gear. And they better do it sooner rather than later. They're at the table breaking rack number 5.
All begins with this shot. Again, the 1 ball stays out of the side pocket.
Yeah, that's an illegal break, Jerry. He only got 1 ball past the head string, and for those of you just joining us, 3 balls have to pass that head string. Every ball pocketed counts as one having passed it. In this case, ball down and only 1 ball past it. So control passes back to Team USA, and there's a chance here at the 1. Looks like it may go into this corner pocket.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Oh, absolutely.
I like the way Mike Dechaine is standing right behind him, expecting the shot to be made and waiting for his turn. That shows confidence in your partner.
How deep you want?
Sure does. I think the first big problem they have is the 6 ball is blocked by the 7, so they're going to have to work a little magic there.
Yeah, from the left-hand side of the table, it may not pose a difficult billiard shot onto the 7, though, Jerry.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make
They'll
this
have already
and
weighed
just
that up.
leave you up top.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Because I think we can play the billiard.
Play the carom. Yeah.
We got to play it from over here.
Yep. 20 seconds. Just stop the keyboard.
Archer putting Dechaine in position now to get the right shape on that 6 ball to play that billiard.
Extension called.
You come 2 rounds and try to get frozen.
Be amazing, though.
Right here.
Oh, let's hold on.
Yeah.
You can even try to hit them if you want.
No, I don't want to.
No? Okay.
Be amazing, Jerry. The Americans, if they continue on in this form, win this doubles match, they will have not lost a doubles match yet. Now, he's got to get over to the left.
It'll be just perfect, Saul.
That looks, you heard Archer, just perfect, that's all.
Boy, from my angle, it doesn't look like it got quite far enough over there, but this is...
Play safe.
Okay.
The USA
Yeah,
extension.
you got to play safe.
He didn't get over far enough.
Right.
He needed to get near that side cushion.
I can't make a kick at it. No, I got to play safe.
Okay, go ahead.
He would have to hit the 6 too thin. So he's just going to duck in behind the 7.
That's a good save because there's no one-rail escape.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have brought Europe back to the table, Jerry. And believe me, Archer and Mike Dechaine, they know that. Chris is playing with a heavy heart out there.
Extension.
He just told me his best friend, Sue Rayner, just passed away 2 days ago, and he's wearing a black band on his sleeve in honor of her memory. And Captain Johan Rushink is well aware of it, and he had a word with Chris earlier today about it, just to try and keep him focused. And again, the captain's job never ends.
Talk about a key shot. Oh, he's missed it and given the Americans ball in hand.
And the rack, Jerry. And Chris can't believe he missed it.
Leave me like right there. Yeah, right where the cue ball's at.
Chris can't believe it. Never thought he would miss the whole ball.
He must have just been trying to flick it on the top side because it was a very easy hit. Never mind. Team USA will be sending no sympathy cards.
No doubt. In fact, they're going to go ahead and drive the arrow through the heart right now.
And the 9 into the bottom of the corner pocket. It's a 4-2 lead. Team USA arrived to the hill, and all the American fans here in attendance that have come across the Atlantic loving every minute of it. And Team Europe still questioning what exactly. They had the handles on this one. They were 2-1 ahead.
Take another look at this shot from Chris Melling. His English just did not take off of the rail. Actually, there's not enough English on that ball. See there was no spin.
Yeah, I just tried to flick the edge of it, though, Jerry. And I think trying to be a little too precise cost them the hit. And now they're in trouble.
Well, they are in trouble, but we saw a bigger comeback than this last night, so it can happen again.
They're going to have to break the USA's, or effectively break the serve twice, because America's breaking here, and if they force a decider, they're going to have to break them again.
But America did the same thing last night.
talk about possible turning points in sporting events. If Europe could come back here and steal this point from America, it could be a turning point. America's going to do everything in their power to stop that from happening.
We'll watch that one ball this time, see if it will find the side pocket. Johnny will have made some sort of adjustment. No, it did not.
3 into the side.
Needs a big bounce, and he got it.
Needs a 2 to slow down as well. And I think it's okay.
You don't think so? Take your time. We got plenty of time.
He's going to have to use
We got 50 seconds.
the X rest, and this is an implement that these Americans are not too familiar with.
I can draw back to here. Yeah, if you like that. I'm just saying, or do you like following down to the bottom rim so it's leaving me like long? That guarantees me the shot. What do you think? You do it? We got 30 seconds. You got plenty. Whatever you like.
You could see how awkward Mike Dechaine looked with that rest.
Well, the cue ball was awfully close to the object ball for a shot involving the rest.
Now, I don't know how well Johnny jumps, but he's got his short cue out. He offers it to Nigel.
Johnny, you got this.
He's pretty relaxed out there, the Scorpion. But this shot, sorry, Jerry, sorry, this shot carries the weight of the rack on its shoulders.
He has got to get up so high to get over this ball being this close. This will be a heck of a shot. And this is an opportunity for Europe, and they needed an opportunity. Jim told you they've got to break serve, and they've got to do it in this rack.
Yeah, he had to get it up very fast over that 6. Tough to be accurate when you've got to elevate the back end of your jump cue that much.
Yeah.
A lifeline, though, for Europe.
Whatever you feel good with, pal.
It's just getting on the 4 ball, I'm thinking. How do you like to extension? How do you like to get on the 4?
Yeah, it's good. Anyway, it's good.
Players always thinking 3 balls ahead. Which is why Chris was talking about position on the floor while he was shooting the ball.
I'm willing that cue ball past the 8. He's perfect on the 3, but Darren's got to get all the way up table now for the 4 next. Perfect position. He's just got to miss the traffic, get the cue ball up to leave a nice angle on the 4. No, he doesn't want to be straight on this.
Anything but straight.
Yeah, he likes it. He likes it.
Rest of these virtually automatic. And boy, did Team Europe need this.
And you know the Americans had the first glimpse of the finish line, Jerry. How elusive is it going to be now?
Well, it just got tougher. This will give Chris Melling's mood a lift as they draw within 1 of Team USA. Now trailing 4-3, but America will get to come to the table again with the break after this next rack.
Melling and his partner Darren Appleton, they know, as do Archer and Dechaine. Setting things right in the opening match is huge. Johnny and Mike, they want to take the crowd out of it. And there's no better way than winning the first point.
Just be keying on that, you know what I mean?
I also think that, as you see the shot, great positional effort here from Darren Appleton. Beautifully judged the speed of the cue ball. But I also think that Appleton and Melling, they know that the Americans are going to have the break in the last. If they can just force it, it'll be out of their hands, but it's one ball, one rack at a time.
Trade 3 racks to 4.
He's going to stay at the table. And he's got a shot at the 2-ball to stay there with.
Just looking over at Mike Dechaine, he was perked up in his chair and he just slumped back in it when he saw that the cue ball finished nicely on the 2.
Chris telling the balls what to do.
Well, the problem ball, as they sit, is the 7.
In the middle.
Yeah, which means play the 6.
The 7 doesn't go by the 8 on the left-hand side.
Yeah, so you want to be like here on the 5. Yeah.
Yeah, the key shot here will be the shot on the 6 ball to see what kind of shape he can get on that 7.
And the angle from the 5 to the 6.
You're right. He'd love to be able to float the cue ball between the 7 and 8 when he gets there.
For me, this is the shot, Jer, right here.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jim,
I think it's perfect, Jerry. I think he can reach this. He can take the cue ball into those 2 on the left-hand side. Either try and drop in behind him, maybe flick the 8 out of the way. He's got the perfect angle here. That's exactly what he did.
Beautiful shot. Good call, Jim.
Go back. Pinch a bit in the pocket.
Well, they're forcing it. They're forcing Team USA to have to win it because they're not going to lose it.
Gotta love these double hill matches, and that's what we have coming up for you right now. It's 4-4 in a race to 5.
Our 6th match of the 19th Mosconi Cup. 3 of them have gone hill-hill, and we're treated to another one.
That's all we can have.
Huh? You know what to do in the 7 ball. Well, now you saw Johnny Archer having a quick word with Mike Dechaine. Archer and Brendan Schuff won a hill-hill match as a pair yesterday. Archer's words to Brendan Schuff: just give us a chance. Give us a chance. I wonder what he said to Mike Dechaine.
There's that shot that Appleton made that really won the rack for him. That was a beautifully played shot.
But Chris Melling left the cue ball in prime position to leave that shot for Darren. And they're loving it right now. You've got to fancy the team that's breaking, Jerry. It's just too big a weapon.
Oh, absolutely. America is favored to win this match at this moment. But things can unfold in a strange manner in this game.
It's a legal break. Well, He's got a very thin cut on the 1, but the problem is it takes the cue ball away from the 2.
Yeah, I think the safety is a lot easier here.
Well, I think a very prudent choice playing safe here. Another look at the break. Splattered them. Made the ball into the wing pocket. Now he's going to be playing safe here. He has to.
Good enough.
Can he find a hiding place?
I don't think Johnny was playing that 1. It came very close to the corner, but there's no way he was trying to make that.
No, because he wasn't trying to get shape on the 2. He was trying for a save all the way and just didn't get there.
He hit it a bit too strong.
Trust yourself with it, just cue it.
And the 1 is available.
And try and get the white ball out.
If I hit it.
Extension.
Extension call.
Well, the last extension for Team Europe used right away.
He has missed that shot. I saw him hesitate on his backstroke. He almost wanted to stand up and look at that again, but he didn't.
It wasn't easy, Jerry, because he had to slow roll it. So it was never going to be easy. But he played the shot the way it had to be played. But I don't need to remind you how much pressure is out there.
We got 600, right? Yep. Huh? So I'd leave you
nothing, as easy as it might look.
No, I mean,
nothing is a formality.
Give me right on.
I'm just wondering, looking at the 6, if there's a 6-9 combination there, Jerry.
No good. So I'd rather.
I like that shot actually better than running into the 7 while making the 6.
Look at that, 6-9.
6-9 is dead.
And he's perfect. He's got the perfect angle to drop onto the 6-9.
Look at this. I'm gonna try to come you like right here.
Right there.
Because if I can't come past the 6.
Anywhere, Johnny.
Huh?
Anywhere close to straight.
Okay, buddy.
I'd like to get him as straight as possible on this combination. And that's straight enough.
For the match.
And there's something on the table. If you can clean it. Okay.
And just asking for Nigel to remove a little piece of lint from the table. And he'll eye it up, take a little bit more time, settle himself, and secure the point for USA. Line down, a huge point for the Americans. The missed opportunity from Europe, they capitalize, and once again, they find themselves 2 points clear. A 4-2 lead, and singles play next. Van Boning, Economopoulos, you don't want to miss it.